Today, we're joined by the marketing and communications director, as well as the CEO of Deep Worlds, which is the development studio behind the upcoming extraction horror FPS Beautiful Light. This game's been in development since I want to say pre-COVID. You guys are totally independent, correct?
Yes.
You didn't have 10 cent up your ass wanting to spend money. Yep. I'm looking at your guys' Steam page here, and I'm noticing that there's no AI disclosures at all on the Steam page.
And so,
are you guys using generative AI in any of your art pipelines? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Push to Talk podcast, your premier FPS podcast where we cover everything from extraction shooters, battle royales, and horror extraction shooters.
We do now.
Today's. Yeah, we do now. We're in it now, brother. My name is Bigfry. I'm obviously joined here by my co-host, Crash. This is episode 22 now?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, naturally. Yeah, we're still babies in the podcast space.
We are little tiny infants.
Yeah, feeling good. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
This interview that we got into today is super sick. It's a game that I'm excited about, and sometimes it's no lie that it's taken a while to get to where it is.
Yep.
That it kind of slips to the back of my mind, but this interview kind of reignited my excitement for this game. And as far as real life goes, man, I slipped back into my old abusive relationship with ABI. That's what I've been playing.
I saw that. Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
just been running around. Playing with weird cursed guns. I did a stream where I did some pistol runs. Yep. It's also weird. I've been streaming during the day, and because my family's at their grandparents, and my house is quiet, and it freaks me out.
Oh,
how quiet!
So you got to play ABI to just shake up the.
I'm just like streaming and talking to chat and stuff, so I'm not alone and weird feeling. What have you been doing?
What have I been doing, bro? I've been playing a bunch of different games. Been playing Dark Tide. Just Warhammer 40K stuff. Just been actually doing a lot of stuff around the house too.
We played Siege together.
Yeah, we did play Siege. I mean, obviously Siege is a staple for me right now, but yeah, we've been sieging it up.
I do more of that.
That's been fun. Yeah, that was really fun.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it was good. Anyways, guys, today we're joined by the marketing and communications director, as well as the CEO of Deep Worlds, which is the development studio behind the upcoming extraction horror FPS Beautiful Light. If you guys don't know what it is, Beautiful Light is a PvP, VP, VE. It's a lot of V's. It's a tactical first person. Yeah, there's a lot of P's. It's a tactical first person extraction shooter where 6 squads of 3 operators are tasked with entering, securing, and extracting an artifact within this hostile kind of horror environment. So you have things like traders that give you quests. You can spend your rewards in kind of what they're now developing is an RPG-like progression tree to level up your characters. And you can also play as the anomalies and hunt other players. So we have a conversation with 2 of the guys from the studio there and kind of get into the nitty-gritty of development, where they're at, the market that they're in. And it was a really dope episode, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
I would kind of challenge people real quickly, like through this episode, to have a little bit of an open mind, because I think it's easy to talk about when you said it's an extraction shooter, right? In the tagline, it's really easy for people to put that in a box. I think there's some overall fatigue with that genre right now, but I would encourage people to listen to this podcast, listen to this interview, and you will kind of see how this game is different. It's set apart. It even started before the extraction shooter craze, which is interesting. We get into that about how it's much more saturated than it is now. They have some competition breathing down their neck from overseas. And we get into all that. And it was a great reminder for me about the game and kind of its differences. And there isn't anything out there like it yet.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoy it.
If you guys end up liking the show, please leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave a like on the video, wherever you can. And if you guys want to go over to mammothheadwear.com. If you guys have big head noggins like we do, use code PUSH for 15% off your entire order. They got toques, beanies, yarmulkes. I don't know if they have yarmulkes. They got a bunch of different hats for your big head. So head over there. The links are all down in the description below. But without further ado, Let's go to the Prox chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are joined by two lovely gentlemen here who work on the upcoming Extraction PvPvPvE shooter called Beautiful Light. I want to kick it to you guys. Introduce yourselves, let the people know what you do at the studio, and we'll get into it.
So for me, my name is Raju Eric. I'm the CEO and CTO of Beautiful Light. So I mostly initiated the project and now leading the team and doing some programming stuff and game design. And I think it's mostly yours.
And I'm Matteo Villin, Matavatar online. I'm marketing and communication officer for Deep Worlds, and I basically do everything marketing, community, little bits of things in the game, like a bit of UI, some integrations. And I joined Deep Worlds at the very beginning of the company in 2023.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm going to start off with like a super selfish question and dive right into it. One that I want to ask like really, really badly, because we've done these Prox chat segments quite a few times with different developers, and we've seen this common thread that's very interesting, and it's lead developers with military service. And so I don't know, it's been a theme that's really interesting to me. So can you talk to that a little bit, Aries, at all about your prior military service? And I want to try to say this correctly. As we talked, I am from an Oklahoma ranch, so like being able to say this word, gendarmerie. Like
yes, that's correct. Good one.
Dude, I practiced like for 30 minutes before we went live to say it correctly. So
that's perfect.
A little bit about that service, if you care to talk about it, but mainly what of that did you carry over into game dev, like organization, your motivations, like how your military service is translated into game dev, if at all?
Wow. No, so basically, yes, I was in military, but as you said, gendarmerie, that means men at arms, basically in French. It's police. So it's military police, but doing civilian stuff. So me, I was in regular gendarmerie. So we did a bit of door kicking, stuff like this, but it's not elite squad or something like this. But when I joined gendarmerie, my goal was to join GIGN. I don't know how in English we can say this. Of course, I'm not built for that. But for this job, I was loving it. But after 3 years, I just realized it was not so my kind of job. I want to do something more creative. And so I go for my second passion, which is like video games, and why not making it? And for how we translate this in game, I guess it's, well, I like guns, so I love military tactics, stuff like this. I love the spirit behind it, and so it's mostly why I think we do a military shooter. It's not so tactic, but well, we try to transpose this, so it's a bit grounded. We have also a producer who was like in a military in the army, and he did some OPEX and stuff like this. So we have some military with us, yes.
Cool. Is that why you were also into Rainbow Six and you were a pro player for Rainbow Six too?
No, that's pure random. Like I was doing my studies, and then I do. Did you remember ESL, Electronic Sport League?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is something called Go For, and so I did some, but for the fun basically, and then. I win one, I think, something like that, and Ubisoft contact us and say, hey, next week we are at Krakowice in Poland, and you do the Intel Extreme Master. And so it's how I became pro, but it was purely random, and it was just for the fun during my studies. It's nothing was not so good, I was not so bad visibly, but it's how I fall into it. But it's really, cool. Yes, never I wanted to be pro or something like this.
What do you think of I mean, just randomly off topic, kind of, what do you think of like Rainbow Six now and how like it's changed, like where it's at with like the new operators and their direction and stuff?
So I believe, I will not have a lot of fun by saying this, but I believe they did the right change. I don't like the new atmosphere of the game at all, the skin, the funny skin and stuff like this. I talk a lot with Ubisoft about that, but well, it's a way to make money, so I understand. But on the gameplay part, a lot of people say very often that Rainbow Six season 1 was very grounded, it was really
Yep.
fun and stuff like this. But as professional, and I think as a ranked player also, the limitation was very fast. When you think about the game on the meta of house was very little
Yep.
and stuff like this. Now, with 10 years and more about the game, it will not work anymore. And so they did the right thing. It's less grounded, but it's way more fun, way more competitive, way more balanced also. So on the gameplay wise, it's a win. On the atmosphere, it's a loss.
Yep.
But the game survived, did great in esports. So they did some mistake, of course, cheating. but,
Yeah.
but I think they did a great part on the game, the gameplay.
Yeah. No, I think I'm in total agreement with that. Like I was one of those people who criticized the game early on because the atmosphere was changing. I wanted it to stay grounded. But
Yeah.
after getting back into it, a few years ago, it's one of the best like tactical competitive games that you can play, right?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
That's what is incredible. It's a tactical game and it works
Yeah.
on esports. So
Yeah,
it
exactly.
wasn't very not easy. Just something I want to tell. It's something we realized. I think you Bigfry also you see that. But game design is incredibly hard. Like it's super hard, and especially multiplayer and balancing. A lot of question why you are not doing this, and that will be so fun.
Yeah.
Most of the time we tested it, and it's not fun, and we need to find things. And when we find some things, it doesn't work because of this, because people will play meta or stuff like this. So it's super hard.
Yeah,
And,
it's very
no,
easy to like ask why didn't you do this,
Yeah.
but they don't see the 6 months of
Exactly,
time we
yeah,
spent
yeah.
testing that to and then but the trickle down. Yeah, it's a conversation with this podcast. We try to bridge the gap between gamers asking those questions and the actual developers that are working on the shit. To revert back to Beautiful Light, I think it would be best, Mateo. What is Beautiful Light for somebody who's tuning in and doesn't understand or doesn't know what it is, haven't seen any of your guys' trailers? What do you guys internally describe it as?
So, Beautiful Light is an objective-based extraction shooter. So, on the map, you have a main objective. Your goal is to take this objective and get out with it. That doesn't mean you don't have loot. So, basically, we put Beautiful Light at the opposite of loot-based extraction shooters. If I can name them, maybe Tarkov or...
An Arc Raiders or
Arc Raiders, exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
And so we put ourselves a bit at the opposite of that on the extraction shooter genre. So we are objective based. That doesn't mean we don't have loot, because you can loot some basically tools to help you do the objective. You can loot other players also. And we are also asymmetrical, which means that you are able to play as a human, but also as a monster. And so you have completely different tools in a way, or a way to interact with the game that is completely different from human players. And so this is what is asymmetrical. And so to that we can add words like tactical or horror, yes. Yeah. And we try to create a game. This is a pillar for us. It's the atmosphere. We try to make things as immersive as possible.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Cool.
that's how I would describe it.
And sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead if you're still on that thought.
I was going to say, you guys are in, speaking of the immersive and the visual, you guys are in Unreal Engine 5. Did you guys start in Unreal Engine, or did you port from 4?
No, yes, we port from 4.27. Yes, the project is 7 years old.
Yeah.
So people doesn't realize this. They think we appear in 3 years ago.
Thank you. I was being gaslit by my community the other day because I've been excited for this interview, and I said, like, this game's been in development since like I want to say pre-COVID, but everyone was like, no, it's 2022, 2023. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure these guys have been cracking at it for a while.
I think the first commit of the game, a commit is when we push something.
Yeah.
Is 25 December, something like this.
So right
but
on
I
the
was
cusp,
alone,
right,
yes.
right before COVID. Wow, that's crazy.
But I was alone. For the first years, I was totally alone and doing it in my room, basically. And so it's basically the 4 first years doesn't count because we mostly redo everything from scratch.
Right.
There is no real elements that stay or codes that stay from this period. And now we are a much bigger team, and so we are able to do the thing a bit more correct, a bit more better. I would say it's not English, but you understand it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that's the thing.
So, go ahead.
I
'Cause I
was just
think you
gonna
want to
say
get into the
kind of
timeline. Yeah.
Kind of along those lines. Yeah. Like, when was there a moment, or how did the project very first start when it was just you, Aries? Like, how did it start? And was there a light switch moment where you're like, I want to take this game to launch. I want to make this into a game. Like, how did the project get started?
No, since the day one. Since the day
Okay.
one, it was made to be a real project. But the first iteration of the game was. Do you know SCP Secret Laboratory?
SCP. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Secret Laboratory is a free game on Steam.
Okay.
And I was playing it with a friend, Akarania, who is now in the studio leading the level design.
Cool.
And I just say, hey, this game is great, but it's very, very too much indie. Like the shooting was not great. And I sent a message to the developer and I say, hey, do you mind if I do the same things that you have done, but in my like I want, basically? And he say, no, go ahead. So very good thing. And then we iterate on the idea, and pretty soon it comes at the idea that it should be an extraction shooter. When we started to do an extraction shooter, it was not so common. Only Tarkov and Hunt was here, and only for a few years. And the genre didn't pop. I'm still online?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I just heard something closing off. And so it's why I'm a bit annoyed, because now extraction shooter is very, very something, and there is a ton of extraction shooter.
Yeah.
And people is like, why you are doing an extraction shooter? But we started 7 years ago, so
Yeah.
so it was not popular when we start. We are not surfing
Right.
on the genre, but yeah.
Very cool.
I think what we can say also is that there was the timeline of Iris when he was alone,
Yeah.
but there is also the timeline where the studio started and the time now. So I think the game outgrew the team in a way.
Yeah.
That basically, when I joined the studio in the beginning of 2023, the game was supposed to be something, and then the team grew, the project itself also, and so there was multiple not version of the game, but visions for the game on different timelines.
Yeah.
And that's also something with game development. You need to make the game also evolve as what you want, what the public want, and what the public expects, and what the public is able to experience also elsewhere before you release your game. And so that shapes the game as it is now, and as we want to release it also.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
So that timeline, I always had it in my head that the inspiration likely came from like Hunt Showdown, like you wanted to make like a modern style Hunt Showdown, but that's not the case. You were even ahead of that, right? Like with this timeline.
We take Hunt Showdown as an example because that's a game who started the objective extraction shooter, and I don't think there is one actually outside Hunt Showdown. There is Hunger who is coming also, but yeah. And the idea with this, just why we are doing objective, is because Tarkov is great. I love Tarkov. I have 6K hours on it.
Yeah.
But the issue with looter is you need to wipe every time. And for me, this is a game design issue. The game design is great, but you need a lot of content to compensate. And on the side, there is Hunt who never wipe. Never, not once, or I miss it. And I think it's a great model. So the idea comes a bit from that. But for the inspiration of the game, it's not really. I mean, now it's a bit Hunt. We look a lot of what they are doing on balancing because they have way more experience, and they are probably way better than us on that. So we learn from what they do and their mistake. But the inspiration of the game is truly Stalker, Natural Selection 2. Sure. I would say this is really the common thing. There is a bit of Death Stranding, with my favorite game, by the way. I will die on his hill. I love Death Stranding. No one loves it, but me, I love it. So, and the issue with also what we're trying to build is, as Matavata was saying, we reached 700k wishlist. Probably 500 very shortly, and then 700. And people was accepting a lot from the game on the graphical side, on the gameplay and stuff like this. And we are so happy, and we still communicate about things. And and the expectation of the player go very high, too high for the size of the studio. And so we are running behind that. And that's a trap, because we know if we release the game, like in the state right now, people will be disappointed, and we don't want to disappoint people.
Right.
So we always try to match the expectation, but also being realistic with the size of the team. And I think I overextended the question a bit. So,
well, I want to dial back because you guys have been working on this 7 years, right? And to Mateo's point, like you guys are trying to keep up with the market trends, give the players what they want, but market trends shift so drastically. Like how in that long of a dev time, like how has the vision kind of expanded? Like where are you guys currently at now? Like what do you see the market asking from you from those expectations?
So we don't follow the market. I don't think it's the correct word.
Okay.
I think it's bad to do that, in fact. Just run with what the market accepts. If you want to do something great, you need to be a bit ahead of this and offer something else. You can fail, and maybe we will fail, but at least you offer something innovating. We innovate. I don't know for the English, but and so we don't follow the trend. I don't think. I think people who already played Playtester Beautiful Light will confirm that. But still, there is expectation on the quality of the gameplay and quality of the gunplay, and this is what we are running after it. And after we try to be a bit unique with a symmetrical aspect, with the computer aspect, with the horror aspect. Now there is other project, but and so no, I don't think we can say we run after the market, and I don't think it's a good idea, in fact.
Okay, good.
To just copy.
Yeah, I agree. So, Mateo, where would you guys say Beautiful Light is sitting today in terms of like a development timeline for somebody? Are you guys still sitting in an alpha? Are you kind of entering a beta? Are we still shooting 2026? I'm going to try to pull a little bit here.
Actually, I'm not the one that needs to answer that. It's
okay.
mostly Eric, because
Gotcha.
he's the tech guy,
Gotcha.
I know a little bit, but my answer is, I think it's subjective, in the sense that the game will be mostly what... I mean, no, it's not what I want to say. How can I say that? The state of the game will depend on what we want to make it for 0.1. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I see everything that we want to do and we would like to do for Beautiful Light, it can be super early in development, but yeah, it depends on what Eric says, but yeah.
I think if you want a full state of the project, actually on the gunplay, I think we are perfect. Like I will not lie, I can call it. I can.
Hey, good.
I mean, I don't think even people who playtest the game and didn't like it say yes, the gunplay and the PvP is ultra fun. So that's a good point. On the performance side, we are also very okay. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game, so don't accept 600 FPS.
Yeah.
But regarding what the other offer, actually, I think we are pretty good. Basically, the game run natively in 2K 130 FPS on a 4090 with Nanite, Lumen in high quality and stuff like this. So if you want some metrics to compare, War Dogs is running a bit better, like maybe 10 FPS more. So that gives a good comparison point.
Gotcha.
After, so on the network side, we are also great, but the backend for the servers is not yet tested. So that's a huge point.
Gotcha.
The game mods, we are still improving it because we see always issue and we try to provide the best version of the game mod, because if the game mod is not good, there is no game.
Yeah.
So we still iterate on it and doing some modification, but after years, it was a huge blocking point. We finally found a game mod. The one you have already tested, Bigfry, was very annoying on the long run because you was always doing the same thing over and over and over. Yeah. And now we have something with way more dynamic, with offer way more replayability, and we continue focusing this direction. So not finished, but close. The anomaly side, so the Wendigo is done for the movement and stuff like this. We have shared in leak. But the progression part of the PMC and the Wendigo is the big missing core features. For the moment, you can XP, unlock your weapon, but there is no progression for the Wendigo, and there is no progression for the PMC with a skill or abilities or passive and stuff like that. And so this is what we focus for the 6 last months. On the top of that, there is a tutorial who is missing for the game, and it's very important.
Yeah.
And yeah, after it's and content polishing basically. So we are in the last sprint. Normally we should be able to handle the 2026 release in December as planned, but if you notice, there is GTA 6 who decided to release the game. So we are still in active discussion to see if it's not better to postpone basically from 1 month or 2 months depending on the marketing, or see if we can release earlier. I'm not so sure about that. But the thing is, yeah, we are a small indie studio, so we cannot compete with GTA.
Yeah.
But there is also other games that will release basically just after, so it's very complicated to choose the right date to start the game.
Yeah.
But I think, and that's a good news, I think normally in the open beta that we want to do free for everyone, when you can test the game before buying it, I think we'll be able to handle it in December.
Cool.
Like,
Cool.
I always use conditional because maybe we can have the server burning or something like this and play.
Yeah.
But normally it should be. We are when we do the last review, we are kinda in advance on the code part on what we have played. Not so much in advance, but in advance. So normally no delay.
Okay. Cool.
Something.
It's
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You want to move on? I guess.
No, it's just that as part of how we work at Deep Worlds, we like to test a lot of things. I mean, we test regularly with our playtester in the community, and so basically Eric talked about the game mode changes we are doing recently. It's mainly because there was some, after playing sometimes there was some feedback coming up, and we felt them also internally, and so we decided to act on that, and it can impact also the development timeline. And what my point is that if it happens again, it will happen again, and so we might delay again because of that,
Right.
because we want to react depending on the feedback, especially if the feedback is shared with the players and us in the dev team. So yeah.
Cool.
We
That
take
makes
the
sense.
time to do some things that work on early access. We don't want to ship something who is like buggy, unperformant, unpleasant, basically. And so if we need to take 1-2 months more and people will yell, we will take them, basically. Because I think it's also a way to respect your customers, basically. You're selling a game, people is paying for it.
Yep.
And so the least you can do, it's an early access, so of course it's not finished, but the least you can do is to have something playable and fun.
Yeah.
That also
It's a lose-lose, right? Because they're going to yell if the game is bad at launch, or they're going to yell if you choose to delay it. I'd rather have them yell about not spending money, right?
I mean,
100%.
no offense, I love players, but no matter what you do, there is a part of people who is never happy, and they will never be whatever you do. So it's like this, we are used to that.
100%.
At least you know that going in. So over all the years that's happened, I was really curious as to how the team and scope and investments and stuff has changed over the years. Because I'm sure there's a story in there somewhere about how, kind of bringing people on, the scope of the game changing, and, potentially how investments have worked to keep this thing going to get the final product.
To add on to that, you guys are totally independent, correct?
Yes, actually, yes. Maybe it will
No
change in the
publisher.
future, but no publisher at this
You
moment.
didn't have 10 cent up your ass wanting to spend money.
No, we don't have 10 cents in the company. Actually, there is no investor outside my partner.
Okay.
And so there is no publishing, no company, no stuff like this. That doesn't mean we don't study different offers, because it's very common to have a publisher for the release or something like this that help for the marketing, for example. But we will never trade the creativity choice of the game for a fund or something like this. We don't believe in that. Cool. And if we take a publisher, basically we have enough funds until the release of the game. So we are cool on money. But for the marketing, it's a bit more complex. And so if we take a publisher, it's basically to cover some marketing fee.
Yeah.
And
it's for me.
Yeah, it's for you.
I was going to say, that's your salary right there.
We need to don't show this interview to my. I have a COO, So it's a guy who is doing business and
Okay.
also leading the marketing direction and stuff like this with Matteo. You should not see this interview because I speak too much every time. I will send a message, but yeah. And basically for the project and the scope, so I'm a terrible game director, I think. I always to do more, bigger and to revamp things, so it's terrible for that. And basically when Deep World started, it was a mess in organization. It's still very messy. That's the huge down point of the studio. I think we are bad an organization, but we now have a producer and stuff like this that work on that. So if you want the exact situation, I think we are a very good studio for employee because we have a lot of creativity freedom for everybody, but a very bad like structural organization and stuff like this. It's a bit we like to refer it as a pirate ship. But now the company grow, and now we need to be a bit more professional, especially to handle everybody because it was like going in every direction. And so we restructure actually with the producer and stuff like this to have process like a bit more corporate and stuff like thing I hate, but who is necessary when you grow up. You doesn't have the choice or the project will just not work. Like it's not comfortable.
How big is the studio? How many employees?
So right now, if I'm correct, we are 20 employees.
God damn.
Not 20 employees, sorry. We are something like 12 employees, if I'm correct, and there is something like 9 or 10
contractors. Yeah, okay.
I think we'll be close to 25 total, but yeah.
So, something like this, yes.
And so when I ask that, do you guys include things like voice actors and stuff in that?
No,
you're talking like hands-on engine and then admin and stuff like that. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool.
We have a bunch of people who are working regularly on the game.
Yeah.
Contractor, basically, and employees full-time, mostly.
Cool. Awesome.
We have people all around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. You guys don't have like an actual like, call it a brick and mortar studio. It's all remote all around the world, right?
No, we have an office in Geneva.
Oh, okay. There's an actual office. Oh, okay. I didn't know that actually.
No, cool. There is an office. We sorry, Matteo.
We actually try to bring a bit more people in.
What a mess. What a mess. We try to have a new studio to expand it because we need to make new employee come inside it, and we want air conditioning, and we doesn't found one. So it's horrible because it's since 4 months. Like we are trying to run into Geneva to find a new office, but hopefully we will find one. But yes, we have one.
That's cool.
Very indie, yeah.
Awesome. All right, I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about the market. So you guys have been working on this for 7 years.
Yeah.
You mentioned kind of offhand you didn't expect the extraction shooter genre to get as bloated and saturated as it is. How do you feel about your guys' current position within the extraction space as a whole?
Super fine, and I say this with a lot of confidence.
Okay,
that's the thing. Maybe I didn't tell it very in good words earlier, but when I say we try to see what players like, don't like, etc., it's also like trying to make something different than what players are actually playing right now, because I don't think there is a game like ours. Obviously, it shares some things from previous games, from also games of the genre, but we are trying to make something different, and I don't think there is anything like what we are doing right now, especially when you consider things that you cannot see, because you can see the trailer, you can see the trailer, you can see clips, you can see everything, but you cannot really feel how the game is played with the gunplay, with the flow of the match, with everything like this. And I think what we are trying to make is very different from what we are currently able to experience in the genre overall.
I think there is some kind of player fatigue on extraction shooter. I don't think the genre is oversaturated. I think it's not right to say this, because there is not a lot of extraction shooter if you compare to classical FPS and stuff like this. But they are all the same. Like outside Hunt and now Hunger, they are all the same. Even if you take Arc Rider, this is basically Tarkov in third person with better PvE and stuff. I mean, we can discuss about that. But
a little less hardcore. You don't get the weapon, but there's
but
it's like
variation.
variations. Like, and then
The
you
loop
have
is the same. Yeah.
ABI is Tarkov light. Delta Force is like an alternative. You're absolutely right. There's something of a sentiment that I've been seeing in my comment section every time I talk about an extraction shooter now. People are over it, and I actually think it was you that responded to somebody on Twitter.
I'm a drama queen, so
it's so fun to watch from afar. But I think somebody had retweeted something. It was a clip of Beautiful Light that somebody was posting and just kind of like praising the project. And the person says like they're already over it and it hasn't even come out yet. And I think you respond and you're like goddamn, like what else can we possibly do here? Like we're still working on it. Are you concerned about that fatigue?
Yes, but not. I think the good position we have, and what makes us breathe a lot is, as Matteo said, I think every player that play Beautiful Light didn't see something like that. We cannot. I don't come and say the game is the best extraction shooter you ever seen and stuff like this. Not true. There is a lot of mistake. We are a new studio. It's my first game for most of people in the team also. So a lot of mistake, but at least, and what I can say 100% confident, we are totally different from others. And this is where we are, I think, strong. It's like the experience have nothing in common with Tarkov, Arc Rider, Marathon, and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit from Hunt, but even when you play Hunt, it's very different from Hunt.
Yeah.
So I think we are kind of like a third way. So we in my opinion, we should even, like on marketing point, remove the we are an extraction shooter. It will be even better. But well, the game has been marketed like this. When we started, it was not fatigue. So yeah.
So
but no, we are fine like that. Yeah.
We've talked about it on the show over the last few weeks about how there's like a recent wave of similar types of games from other studios that are headed this way. It's no secret. Many of them are hailing from China. Like 3 or 4 of them are under the Tencent umbrella, which is kind of crazy.
Like the ones we're talking about, like we have Project Spectrum, I think, is coming out. That's like an SCP kind of horror extraction. There's Rules of Engagement. There's
the Gray State.
The Gray State. There's I want to say 3 or 4 different games that are playing in this kind of horror SCP extraction shooter side that they haven't come out yet. Black Budget is kind of in the same vein, although I think that's a different gameplay loop.
Where is my PDA? My bad.
Wait, what's that?
No, nothing. It's nothing.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So just to give some context about where this question's going.
I wanted to frame this question so you guys can understand it. It's more about your feelings. It's not about the business and stuff like that. Do you guys see this recent wave of similar genre type games as validation that you're onto something really good early, or does it increase the pressure on you guys to stand out?
Oh no! Of course, it's at pressure. We was alone on this sector, and now there is a ton of game who is like us. I would say it's always super hard to claim that we are the first. We initiated the move and stuff like this. The reality is we cannot really know because sometimes project is under the ground and maybe it's happy hazard. After there is a lot. So there is a lot of happy hazard, but it's. I don't know if it's us, and if it's not us, it's not really a problem. I think for a long time there is no horror FPS game. Like Stalker is kind of this one, but I mostly think about Fear, and it was a very popular genre, and so I think maybe on the wish list. We show that player have a lot of passion for military horror, tactical genre, and maybe we start we start up the trend. But to be 100% honest, even if you look Rule of Engagement, so of course yes, if you look the trailer, there is some part of the trailer who is very close to us. But outside of that, if you see the gameplay of Rule of Engagement, to be fair, there is nothing in common with us. So they do their own thing. Active Matter, same thing. When the project was announced, we was like, oh, did they copy us? Then when you look Active Matter, it's very different from us. So no.
Yeah.
If you look to Level 0, They took our
Level
Steam
zero
page.
extraction is another one.
Yes,
yeah.
but they took our Steam page. So yes,
they're
in this
done.
case, yes, that we can
Right.
say it. Like we sent this, I can talk. We sent the lawyer letter, cease and desist, because our Steam page was in their Steam page. They was even cutting the game or Beautiful Light inside it.
Are,
So
are you talking about level zero extraction?
Yeah,
So
I'm
just to
talking
clarify,
about
you
the-
sent them a cease and desist.
yes, we say, and they
Really?
removed the mention of Beautiful Light of the. Yes, there was like, if you
For
like
the-
Beautiful
for the
Light, it
mention.
will be. I don't remember exactly the word, so it's
Oh,
from my
wow.
mind. But yeah, but this we doesn't like it. But for other game like Actimatter and stuff like this, I don't think most of them copy us. To be honest, they have good and unique ID. I mean, now I'm
Yeah.
looking at Actimatters, what they did with the gravity. It's so cool. So congratulations to them.
Yeah.
And Project Spectrum, well, I don't have a lot of information about it. And for PUBG Black Budget, I will say nothing. Like I keep it for myself.
I
fair.
think there is maybe a common ground to our game in like there was some shows I know SCP Overlord or
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of look and artistic direction kinda. There was that. Then I think our trailer, honestly, our CGI trailer
Worked well, yes.
was a big reference or inspiration overall because it did a lot of views, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have inspirations from things. Maybe they took inspiration in the same as us or us. I mean, I don't know. It's,
Maybe, but it's not a copycat. It's
Right.
their own thing, so it's fine. In fact, of
Yeah.
course, it's annoying for us because we was alone on it, and we
Yeah,
was the
right.
first announced, but we will probably not the first release. So
Yeah.
that's the market.
We're going to get into that because
Yeah.
that's a crazy sentiment because like we were saying like leading up to this interview, you guys in my opinion have pioneered the extraction horror military genre, but it's hard to claim that you're first when you're not going to be the first one to market,
Exactly.
which is super interesting. We'll
Yeah.
get into that in a little bit. Have you guys
I just can add maybe something.
please?
There is also, I mean, Tarkov. They started to do like a bit of supernatural things.
Yeah.
And when they announced it, we regarding the timing when we announced it, there is 0% chance they copy us.
Right.
So it's just a point like to say, yeah, sometimes we can have the same idea in the same time, and we
Sure.
cannot claim we have did everything. It's not
Yeah.
possible. That all. That
Yeah,
mostly
no,
all.
that's fair. So you guys are obviously paying attention. You're looking around. You're keeping eyes out. Have you ever found yourself actually shifting and changing priorities in terms of how you market, in terms of the communication, even in development,
Yeah, of course.
to kind
Yeah,
of
of course.
weave through this current market that you're in?
Yeah, of course. Matteo, you can answer if you want, but
you mean from a marketing point of
Yeah,
view?
because I think the big thing is like we can sit here and say like obviously like from what I played from Beautiful Light, you guys are different from a game like Active Matter or a Black Budget or whatever. The gamer is, and there's a lot of this happening nowadays. They look at a game, they put it in a box, they compare it to something else, and then it's the same. It's the same in their brain. So like from a marketing and communication and a messaging perspective, have you guys had to shift around? Has that changed the way that you tell people about Beautiful Light when you're kind of talking to your community?
Maybe, but not like maybe it's not really directly impacting me when I communicate about the game. But
Okay.
what I try to do and what I will try to do leading to the launch is trying to really get to really tell people what the game is at its core and differentiate. Sorry. English for me is difficult.
You're good.
You're good, man.
Differentiation points. Yeah, sorry. About Beautiful Light, because in 2023 we could say tactical horror extraction shooter. That was defined the game, and the asymmetrical aspect was something on the on kind down the side, etc. But now it's what differentiate the game from these other games. So it's mainly trying to be a bit more specific and to make people understand what the game what the differentiates.
What
The
what
differentiation
differentiates
points.
you guys?
Stand out, what makes it
Exactly.
unique,
Yeah,
its
yeah.
identity, yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
So in going through all that stuff and to kind of tie on to what Fry said about people just put stuff in a box, what's one of the biggest misconceptions that you've seen that people have when they compare Beautiful Light to other upcoming extraction shooters?
it's an objective based, so you can include people. That's mostly the first thing we got every time. Or it's like Tarkov because it's military, modern military and stuff like this.
Yeah.
The most of misconception is people didn't play Hunt basically, and they just play Tarkov or Ark Rider, which is fine. It's a two good game, but so they go in Beautiful Light and imagine it will be like this, and they don't understand it's a totally different game.
Right.
So that's the thing. And on the top of that, a lot of people still doesn't understand, but it's normal. We didn't marketing on it a lot. As it's an asymmetrical game. You can play monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually when we show to people, even to some playtesters, they're like shocked, like, wow, you can play monster. Yes, you can play monster. It's a part of the game. It's a secondary game inside the game, but it's a part of the game. And it's changed everything. Like imagine Tarkov, but you are followed by a spider who can walk on wall and ceiling.
Right.
It's a different game then.
How are you guys finding the balancing of like player anomalies versus the PMCs, like in terms of mechanics?
Oh, that's a big brain moment. I'm pretty proud of this, but maybe it will be shit. So we'll have the answers at the release. But it's a bit like think out of the box moment. So when you look at asymmetrical game, mostly all of them would say Natural Selection 2. But let's take Dead by Daylight, for example. The balancing is impossible. Everybody knows this. Behavior Interactive knows this, I believe. Player know it. You cannot do something with proper. It's asymmetrical. And so we was like, okay, but how we can make a game when we know the balancing cannot be possible, but it's still fun.
Right.
And so the answer was two things. First, playing on the horror aspect, because it's fun to be. It can be weird, but it can be fun to be tracked down by a Wendigo. And the second thing is like the progression system for the anomaly is like a roguelike. So basically, you hit people, you win level. Each time you win level, you have 3 cards. You choose between one, and you modulate a bit randomly your anomaly up to level 20. If you die, you lose everything. But in Beautiful Light, you can skin monsters, and you can skin anomaly. So let's say you face a Wendigo level 20. It's super strong. It's super frustrating to die against it. But if you kill him, you can skin it, and it's worth a lot of money. And the guy who played it lose a lot of things. So
that's cool.
Now you reverse a bit. You see the way to think. Okay, it's hard. Maybe it will be a bit overpowered at this time. But if I kill it, it's a huge win for me. And so it's why we try to implement. Of course, the balancing should be like reasonable. But the perfect balancing first is boring. It's not something you really look into game design. But it's also super hard how to make fun for the boss part and stuff like this. But that's the thing of economy is a huge part of the question. And this is because we are in an extraction shooter. In a regular game, you cannot do that because there is no economy basically.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of this idea. I can claim it. But also, if it doesn't work at the release and we see in the 3 months the meta totally change,
well, you'll just blame it on Mateo. It's his idea.
Yes, exactly. It's his idea. So blame on him. But no, this is why I did on this one.
That's awesome.
Those anomalies being playable is one of the reasons I'm excited for this, because I have fond memories of some of the multiplayer in Left 4 Dead 2 where you could play as the zombies. Yeah, and I'm excited to like be a monster again against other real players. It's going to be pretty fun.
For the Wendigo, we take immediate inspiration on Natural Selection 2 with the Skulk, if people remember. And what is funny is the creator of Natural Selection 2 actually sees the video and say, "Hey, this is Natural Selection 2 and it looks good," and we were so proud of this moment. So
that's awesome.
That's a cool thing. Basically, for people who doesn't know, that means with the Wendigo you can walk on wall, you can walk on ceiling totally freely, like if you was normally walking, like in Alien vs Predator also. And you can also jump from tree to trees and stuff like this. So the movement is pretty cool, and you feel like a hunter. But this is a
maybe
commercial
we can
moment,
put a clip on the video. Maybe that will help people.
Yeah,
understand.
During this time, I'll have some gameplay up. If you guys could send me some B-roll, I'll throw it up so that the people can actually see who's watching this. So I mean, you guys got a lot going on. You guys have player controlled anomalies, objectives. The last time I played, I want to say was 2024. And it was
probably
I think the gameplay, you guys were just starting to get into the player controlled anomalies in one of our tests, and it was very, very early, obviously. But you guys are doing play testing now. Are the matches kind of playing out as you guys like had the vision 7 years ago? How you expect? So talk to that. Like, has there been a moment or something that surprises you with how the gameplay is now playing out that you weren't expecting?
Every time. But the code name for the game is ETL, Escape the Lab.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, the game, and the first thing was going inside a bunker and going out, basically.
Right.
And the issue is, we realized this a bit late, going always inside the bunker is not good. For replayability. Who can guess? But yeah. And so it's insane for the atmosphere, but it's not good. So for example, we decided to go with like the artifact can spawn on random POI. But players also love going inside the bunker. So what we did is, like, when it's night, and I think the night is great in the game, by the way, and when there is a lot of fog, the artifact is inside the bunker, so you go for the all game mode only by this few time. And so it's how we solve replayability, basically. So there is a lot of moments like this when you realize something you think it will work doesn't work. And I think where we are strong, we are bad at planning. I think like we have idea and finally it doesn't work, but where we are strong is we are able to switch basically pretty fast. And we are not afraid to throw things. It's also why sometimes the development takes time, but for the best. And now I think we have a fun game mode who allow replayability, allows atmospheres, avoid camping too much. So we finally find the good balance. And you doesn't crash every 5 seconds, which is a huge
Hey, that's a plus.
Same for the server, for context, when Bigfry plays the game, I think the 2 times he come, every time it was a mess with the server or with the client. It was crashing every time. So, but
the last time I remember playing, we were in Cliffs, and there was an anomaly nearby, and I was super psyched because I think it was the first time that I've actually ever seen a player anomaly. And as soon as it got on my screen, I think the entire server just shit the bed. I was like, you know what? I think I'm probably going to play this in a couple of years. I'll see you guys later. I'm excited for you guys, though. That's awesome.
Thank you. But it's a part of game dev. But good news is now it's working. Like we solved most of the crashes. The game is stable. You can finish game without any crash. Basically, we go for 60% of session free crash with very, very bad to 99.8%. So only 0.2% of players is experiencing crash. It's still too high, basically. But it's good for most of players. Yes.
I got to play.
Go ahead.
I just want to let people know I played too. I had a really good time. I got into a couple matches that played all the way through, and I remember we called the chopper in on top of a building and just had an insane gunfight with another team trying to take the chopper too.
You know, you can now board into helicopter.
You can?
Yes, you can, and the anomaly too. And you need to manually open the door and close it, which can lead to very cinematic moment who was not playing it, when the anomaly just stick to the chopper.
I will say, I think I know the buildings you're talking about, like on top of like the apartment complex buildings with the rooftops. I got to say, every time I have played the game, when you get into firefights in those buildings, that's when you can just see the vision because it always plays so fucking well.
It's
and then
insane.
obviously, you run into, but like those moments there, just like, this cooks. Go ahead.
Just to that, these buildings have changed a little bit, but you can still go on the roofs.
Okay.
And basically, we have a thing called the gravity field.
Oh yeah.
And the level design team put one just in between the 2 buildings. And what's very cool is that you can jump between the buildings this on the roofs. And
I could have used that.
It can lead to so insane gameplay. Like I was able to basically trick a team into thinking I was on the roof and then on the other one.
Wow.
And I
That's
can
awesome.
guarantee when we'll show this in video, there's someone will say it's not realistic.
Right. Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to shift gears a little bit. You guys are obviously very transparent about, you know, game development optimization. You guys are using Unreal Engine 5. What would you say is the biggest technical challenge for getting this from a 60% crash to the 99th percentile? What are you guys dealing with in the back end there to make that happen?
Okay, crash is easy to fix most of the time.
Sure.
Like 99% of the time, crash is easy. It's not the hard part of the development. The very hard part of the development is optimization.
Yeah.
That is a huge things. Player doesn't realize. I mean, most of players think dev is super lazy.
Yeah.
It's for some studio it's maybe true, but I think for most of the studio it's not true. It's just super hard, but like super hard. And player was like, yeah, but old school game, they was running super fine. It's not true. Like
Yeah.
if you, it's totally like there is a discussion actually on Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 on the average computer by the time was running 30 FPS. Rainbow Six Siege at the release, I think it was 70 FPS on a 40
Yep.
or two. I don't remember the card I was getting. So
Yeah.
maybe 180 something like this, and it was not super good by the time. And so people tend to forget that. And when a game release on a new technology, it's normal that the performance is a bit bad because you need time to improve it. You need to have feedback. You need to, development is a rush, and after you have more time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Unreal Engine is super demanding, and at the same time, there is a market for the RAM and the GPU who crash down.
Yep.
So it's super expensive, and so player now ask good graphic, good performances, affordable for cheap GPU.
Right.
And so we basically, when it's the harder thing in the video game development is, okay, how I can solve this issue. So good news for us. I think we are absolutely for the indie scene of Unreal Engine 5, the best FPS on the performances. For professional AAA project, it's maybe that is maybe better. War Dog, for example, is a bit above us. Ark Raider is above us. But most of the game, I think I say crash down, but it's not true. But much better than them on performances. But I'm pretty sure in the comment in this video, there's people who would say yes, but 130 FPS, it's not right. For a 4090 GPU natively, it's not good, and it's super hard because basically you need to choose between ugly game and a performant game.
Yeah.
Well optimized, you need to make trade and stuff like this. And if you want in Beautiful Light, you want a super atmosphere game, but it's also FPS, so we need to have like some room for FPS. It's just super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whole. And I cannot. Don't mistaken me. I'm not saying player is wrong to ask performances. They are absolutely right. It's just like it's super hard to provide.
Yeah.
Like it's a constant day. Every day I work on optimization. Every day. We even hire someone just to focus GPU optimization. The job of this guy is just to do that. Like optimize
Yeah.
GPU.
A common theme talking to devs on this show is if they're working in an Unreal Engine, they usually are building their own custom frameworks to lay on top of the engine to make those kind of performant things happen. So yeah, it's crazy. I wanted to ask you, this is going off script a little bit. How do you feel about impending Unreal Engine 6? Are you excited about the announcements? Are you like, how are you feeling about that?
I saw the eyes.
Yeah, I saw those eyes get wide.
I love Epic. I love Tim Sweeney. Hopefully, we will not see this video, but I think it's a huge mistake, to be honest.
Yeah.
I understood the move. The move is like, hey, Roblox is working like this. We have a Fortnite. We can do something like Roblox.
Right.
There is some good thing like blueprints removal. If you know what is blueprint, Blueprint was never super good. It's good for people who doesn't know coding. It's perfect.
Yeah.
But for performances, for code logic, it's horrible.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you got it. And after, I'm not so... I think we have too much game on Unreal Engine 5 and probably 6.
Yeah.
And it's not good because if there is no concurrency, you see what I mean? You see where I go. If there is no concurrency between engine, it starts to not be a good place to continue providing better optimization and stuff like this. Especially when you see super good team like the ID Software one, who just got fired, stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I use Unreal Engine. I think it's an excellent engine, despite what players said. But I don't want to live in a world when there is only Unreal Engine games for the look of the game, for the performances, for a lot of reasons. But I get off the question a bit.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, no, basically this. And for Unreal Engine 6, sorry, but they just I don't see it going in the right direction. Like they start to do very good job on Unreal Engine 5 for the optimization.
Yeah.
If you compare Unreal Engine 5 at the release and Unreal Engine 5 now, it's day and night. But in their position, I would prefer they working on that and continue working on that rather than focusing on doing like a metaverse universe with game. And I don't know any shit about that, but things like that, you know.
Are you guys utilizing 5.8 right now? Have you ported it up?
We are 5.7.4.
Gotcha.
And we plan to go on 5.8 for some feature we want to grab, but we are not sure because right now the game is stable, and when we change version, and we have a lot of engine modification, we have a custom version of Unreal Engine, so it's always touchy to change it.
Gotcha.
So as far as game progression goes, you're talking about your next big milestone is like the anomaly and human progression skill ability systems, like how that ties together. What excites you most about how that will change the feel of the raids and like also like long-term progression and player investment?
I will not. Yeah.
I guess another, maybe a place to jump in on this question is how do those two like progression systems and skills like tie together in the game? Like, because you can choose to play as a player and an anomaly. How do those kind of coexist too as far as progression goes?
It's totally separate. We didn't exclude at the first of the development to merge them a bit with like you can send experience you win as a Wendigo to the PMC to win some money. Then we realized if we just provide free them kits to the PMC, it's enough. So actually this is the way we are going. We don't want people to force playing something like I don't want a player who want to play Wendigo to be forced to play PMC. So we try to avoid that. That doesn't mean it will never happen for matchmaking reason, but we try to avoid this as possible. And for the progression for the PMC, but I don't really know what to say. I like progression in an extraction shooter. I think it's cool. It gives you replayability, it gives you a goal also to achieve. So it's a good thing, especially when the game releases and there is not a lot of content. It gives you something to grind, and I like grinding. For the anomaly, it's very different. The goal of the anomaly is to be like each time you start a new anomaly, it's different because the card you will got in your deck is different. So sometimes you will have like good combination, sometimes bad, and it's more in the spirit. Like the anomaly is not competitive at all. It's not made to be competitive.
Right.
It's made to be fun. It's just the goal of the anomaly just to get fun, and it's start from a simple idea. Who is like, I play Dark Souls, I love to invade game. Let's do that in an extraction shooter. I love this feeling to be the antagonist, you know. This is purely that. And finally, it's what makes the game selling. Like we from what we've seen, I mean, when player heard about the anomalies, the interest of the game grow up a lot. Because that's kinda unique.
I think there will also be two different feelings when you progress with the human and when you progress with the anomaly. As a human, I think, so basically we'll have multiple skill trees, and so you will progress a bit slower than the anomaly, and you will choose the path you want to get to. You will have more choice also because you will make your character as you want to play it. Maybe you will have some ways to take other paths once you get it, or depending on what we'll do exactly. But technically, you will make the character as you want to play it. But and so it will be a bit like you want to play, and so how you interact with the game, etc. So basically, taking your strengths. And with the anomaly, it will be more opportunity because you get the things in front of you. You can choose this one, discard or discard, and so Maybe sometimes you will have some kind of god hole, and I really need to make this anomaly live, and so you will get attached to the anomaly in a different way than your PMC character.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Is there any sort of like, is there any plans for any sort of like customization, like visually of your anomalies? Any sort of like different skins or different looks or anything like that? Or are you guys kind of keeping that pretty basic?
It's not totally answered on the game design yet, but what I have in head for the anomaly is we have already multiple skins for it.
Yeah.
But just because the creature, Livia, who is doing the monsters design, did multiple texture for it. But we want basically to use those textures to show the level of the anomaly to the player. So basically, if the anomaly has this skin, it's between the range and the 15 and 20 level, for example.
Cool. Yeah, so it's based on rank. That's cool.
Yes, I think that's how we will use it. After it's depends. So the game have microtransaction because we need to find server.
Of course.
Surprise. And so we will have some skin.
You guys are the worst.
No, it's we are transparent with that. The game will not be so costly, but there is microtransaction, there is DLC. Reason why is we need to pay server. It's all. And I love money, and I want some holiday sometime. But no, you got it. We try to be fair even for the price of the skin, and this is only cosmetic. And it will ever be only cosmetic and no fun skin. I promise you can screenshot clip this moment. But the thing is, like for anomaly, I'm not so sure we want skin because we need the skin to show the gameplay part.
Yeah.
So, but maybe it will evaluate sometime. Maybe we can add like a different face model or something like this as microtransaction. I'm not opposed to that. At long, if it's grounded, I'm for it. And if there is some free possibility to unlock sometimes some skin, I'm for it also.
Yeah. Like, when you say grounded, like obviously you guys have the horror and the gravity fields. What you mean is like within the world that you guys are building.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
It's not like the skin we have. We define them as not realistic but tactical. Yes. So what is tactical? Resident Evil, for example, is a good experience, a good thing with the Wolf team and stuff like this. It's tactical. It's nowhere realistic, but it's a badass basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But that means there is no pink skin, there is no neon fluent skin. Will not have like a weapon skin with a flame on it and stuff like this.
Yeah, cool.
So,
awesome.
Stuff like that.
So I got to talk about it. I'm looking at your guys' Steam page here, and I'm noticing that there's no AI disclosures at all on the Steam page.
This question.
I got to get into it here. You guys are using AI in your workflow, obviously. I think you've been pretty transparent about that. How does that look on your guys' end? And are you guys using generative AI in any of your art pipelines?
We don't hide, despite someone saying we don't have any AI for generative art. Not in the project. And if someone used AI sometime by mistake, or I don't know how you can do it by mistake, but we will remove it, and we have a special clauses in contract with artists. It's not me who asked for that; it's artists themselves. That say if someone is using generative AI, so to generate texture and stuff like this, it can be the contract can be terminated. So I'm the judge of it. Me, I'm not so much against generative AI. But I respect my artists. They fear for their job, to be honest. And so as I also think AI is still. And so if my artists say we don't want that, I will follow them. And I will stay like that. I'm very protective with my employee. And it's my job after, I'm CEO. So no generative AI. On the top of that, I personally, but it's very subjective, think generative AI. So when I speak about Gen AI, it's Midjourney and stuff like this who generate texture asset basically, or music. I think it's shit basically. It's make an horrible job. But for the code, and I'm developer, I think AI for code is absolutely exceptional at the time we speak right now. 4 years before, it was garbage. And I think the 25th of December, or maybe the 5th of December, something like this, there is a new cloud version. Opus 4.5, if I'm correct, and it starts to be really great to code. And so it doesn't replace a human yet. You still need to read what the UI did. You still need to control it, but it do a very good job at producing line of code. It's for us, I think it's good. It works well. Same for optimization. And to be honest, all the studio in the world actually I think is using it, except maybe some indie. But if you go to Ubisoft, if you go to Tencent, if you go to another even Riot or stuff like this, everybody is using it because it works. And I know some developers, even in my team, is like, no, AI code is shit. But I will back up myself with some people like Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux, who is using it. I don't think someone can claim this guy is bad at AI. I can call also John Carmack. I think he have made some tweet to say, yes, I'm also using AI. And those guys is not bad at programming at all. So, definitively. And for code, I can speak. I think for code is fine for the only reason that in the developer mindset, in the programmer mindset, we very often do open sources. I've done a lot of open sources. So we don't really care if an AI actually reads the code and learn on the code we have provided in open sources. And we are super happy someone is writing the line code for us because it's super annoying. I love coding, but I'm super happy that there is AI. Last point, for the productivity of the project, it allows us to very fast switching from an ID to another, way faster than before. So I think it's a good thing. It's even for AI, indie. The last point, and I finish on that. I think AI, in a general thing, goes a bit too fast, but it's more a philosophical aspect, and I don't know where it leads for the society, for the job, even for the coding. Because to be 100% honest, I'm not enjoying coding with AI. It's increasing productivity, but I lose the fun factor of coding.
Yeah.
And but it's you doesn't have the choice when you're a programmer. Actually, if you doesn't do that, the market just go far away from you because it goes so fast that you cannot compete with it. And that was scare me. Like, do I will be able to do a project one day, a professional project when I enjoy coding, or it's something who is totally gone because you cannot do it anymore and be rentable. It's correct to say that? Yeah? I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And that's shitty, to be honest. That's scary than shitty. So, yeah, happy and not so happy in the same time. It's very, it's conflicting.
Conflicting, yeah, because I was going to say, like, 5 years from now, you might not be coding at all. You know, with the way that this has gone.
Less than that.
Yeah, right. Does that concern you? Even though you're indulging in it now and you're utilizing it now as a tool, you know where it's going.
It's the version before, so Cloud Opus 4.8. It's still a bit dumb. Sometimes you very need to direct it. Like you need to say you need to do that and that and that and that, and then you hear it. The new version Fable is super expensive, but it's better than I have 20 years of experience in programming, so I'm not so new. It's better than most of the code I've ever read from a human, even myself, to be honest. It doesn't solve all the issue, but most of the time it suggests issues that we didn't see, fix things we didn't see. And yes, I think it's already done. Like there are already AI who is better at coding than human. Yeah. It's scary. It's scary. To be honest, it's very scary.
Yeah.
If I have to vote with a world with AI or without AI, I think I will vote without AI, just for the reason of coding. After for other thing, if it solves medical issue, it's perfect and stuff like this. But
Yeah. Crash, do you want to take the next one?
But kind of wrap it up here. What is something that players still don't understand about Beautiful Light?
Everything.
Do you think there's still a lot to be revealed about the game?
No, I think we have a lot communicated. There is something we hide because now we have concurrent, like direct concurrent, and so we don't want to give ID. It's also why we don't share leak too much now, because we tend to see some of our ID fall back into other projects. very fast. So
Yeah.
we keep something for ourselves, but I think most of the gameplay is clear. However, people still doesn't understand it, and it's kinda normal. You need to play it, so you need to buy it. No, I'm joking, but you need to play it, and the open playtest is for that. Open playtest is basically, we know the game is new, we know the game also run in Real Engine 5, so we want people to test before buy, so they can see if the game is cool for them. They can see also if it's a scam or not, and they can see also
Yeah.
performances.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think most of the thing into the game is not understandable, like the PDA, like the computers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Very often it's also why we need a tutorial when people start the game. Usually
Yeah.
they are a bit lost.
Yeah, your onboarding was definitely needed back then for sure.
It's horrible
So,
organic.
yeah, very cool.
I think
go ahead.
so. To follow on that, we've shared a lot on socials
Yeah.
with what we call the leaks. I think for the general public, you see a clip here and there, and so for most people, it's maybe difficult to put the pieces together and really get a sense of what the game is really. But maybe someone that followed every leaks and is on our Discord where we answer questions
Yeah.
almost every day. I mean, every day, to be honest. For them, it's maybe easier. The one thing that we were not really able to show enough in the past was the anomaly gameplay. It will come a lot more in the weeks and months coming. So that's something that people will
Yeah.
understand better. But yeah.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you guys too. Anti-cheat. We keep seeing a lot of people talk about this in multiplayer games, and you guys are going to be plagued by it as well. How are you guys approaching
Oh my
tackling
god.
hackers and
Can we
cheaters?
can we
The
fall
touchy
back on your
question.
can we fall back on your police experience and you can track these people down and publicly
Yes,
and then throw
so
them in
we are
prison?
building actually a sniper team, so we can eliminate
Nice.
every
Yes.
cheaters
Good.
in different country. It's a kinda like John Wick. Now, so we take the anti-cheat very seriously. The thing is like, you cannot know if your game will be affected by cheaters or not at 100%.
Yeah.
Because it seems a bit random, but you can have some guess. As example, if you're an extraction shooter, you can be sure that people will cheat, like massively. But sometimes, like if you have a squad, for example, there is not a lot of cheater of squad, or I'm not aware about that.
Yeah.
So of course we know for Beautiful Light, and this is something we take, of course, very seriously, because that can simply kill the game. Like some people still think that publishers win money with cheaters. Most of the time, it's not the case at all. If there are cheaters, it can kill your game. The Cycle is a good example, I think. So basically, I will not disclose what anti-cheat we will use because we want to disclose it at the last moment. But we were speaking about AI. We are looking a lot about behavior analysis. It's not a magical solution, let's be honest with that, but it's a very strong solution that already been proven in multiple games. But what interests the most with behavior analysis, so basically behavior analysis is, for people who doesn't know, when you play to a game, you have some behavior. The AI is able to make a profile with a lot of dots, and then they are able to say it if something is abnormal, and you cannot really cheat with that. Like, cheating is possible, but you cannot hide your cheat. Like, if you have input into your mouse who is not human, it's 100% visible. So it's very strong. It works super well for aimbot, for example. Like, for Wallach it's different, but for aimbot it works super well. But the most important thing with that is, with behavior analysis, you are able to say if someone is another. For example, Bigfry, you go to play on Crash computers. In some hours, or not even, I can be able to say, hey, Crash, you have stopped playing, and Bigfry is actually on your count because you already played on your server.
Right.
And that's able to match people one-to-one, a very strong identification of them, not their name, not things like this, but if they are already played to the game. And why I'm saying this, it's because with this data, we are able to ban someone from life to the game and other game of the company. And I believe this is the biggest issue. in video game right now is you ban someone and he doesn't really care because he will buy a cheap copy of the game in Poland.
Yep.
And sorry for Polish, it's not against you, but price of life. And he will come back in 1 hour later. And people say, yes, just ban IP, ban hardware. Of course, we know we can ban IP, ban hardware, but it's super easy to trick. But this thing is not able to trick. Even if you have like a macro software who inject things into your mouse, even if you start to play dumbly and stuff like this, the AI is able to spot it very clearly. And so it's one of the solutions, for example, we have and we want to apply. And why I like this solution is because as every developers who care about cheating, I spend a lot of time on cheating boards. I think we Discord and stuff like this. Reading what they said, reading what they think about it, looking at code of some cheaters. And so we can know what is working, what is not working. Basically, I can give a bit spoiler and after hand. People usually think Battle Ace, for example, doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
It's not true. Battle Ace works super well, just a bit slow to detect people. But at the end of the day, most of cheaters, like 99%, something like this, will be catch. But the issue is always the same, they can come back. And it's a national sport, for example, in Rainbow Six cheaters, I have 20 accounts, stuff like this. And so it's what makes hard if you doesn't understand why Rainbow Six have so much cheaters. It's just because it's super hard to do, to ban people from life. And from this, you have either you ask the ID card, we suggest that. And for European people, it was fine. But for American people, they was like, if you do that, it's a no-go for us. So we say, okay, we will not do that. And AI behavior is cool because we don't request any of your information. We don't know who you are, basically. I don't know if it's Bigfry playing the game. But I know this count and this other account is the same player. And that is what is cool with this thing. So normally it should be sufficient. We will, of course, you will see at the release of the game. Either we succeed on that, either we failed. But I think this is the best guess of the industry right now. This is a combination of AI behavior analysis and anti-cheat. And if you ask what game, Archider is doing this, The Final is doing this, for example. So there is a lot of game who is already using it. And of course, we have strong since the start. The game has been taken against anti-cheat. So normally, I hope. But for example, in BL, you cannot teleport. It's not possible. Stuff like this, like speed hack and stuff like this, normally it should not be possible. Like I'm pretty sure at 99.9% because I made the code. But we'll see. Maybe.
Wait the release.
Yes, wait the release. There is no way I start.
No, right? Yeah. Don't get too cocky because they'll look at what you're saying and they'll try to break it down.
Yeah, of course not. But they will try and maybe they will succeed and good job done. Yeah. But normally the way it's done. Yeah. Normally the way it's done. No, but I understand them. But the way it's done normally it should not be possible to do. And we will see if I'm right or not. Maybe I will have in 6 months people saying, "Hey, you say that, fuckers, you failed." So, yeah.
Very cool.
Do we do the cherry on top question, Fry?
I think take it away, man. Absolutely.
So we always ask game devs on the show. It's kind of our thing that we do. What advice would you give to a young person, or not necessarily even a young person, but someone who wants to get into game dev? What's the best piece of advice you could give them?
Don't listen, people. Go fucking do it.
Yeah.
And no, the most important advice is the hardest thing in video game is motivation. Not 100%. It's so hard. It's one more time. What we fail as game dev is to show how hard this is to make games. And usually when we explain that even for a menu, it can take 1 week. Just a button in the menu to make it properly, the code behind it and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And so basically this is a matter of motivation. Most of the failure projects, when I say most, I think it's 99% or 95%, I don't know. But for indie developers, it's they start a project and finally they stop it for a lack of motivation. So scope your project and try to really mind about a game you really want to finish. And if you sometimes have a loss of motivation, go play Call of Duty and come back harder, but don't lose it, like you really need to lose it. And it's normal. Oh, also some other thing, it's absolutely normal to don't like the game you've done. I don't know for you, Bigfry, if you really, really, really enjoy the game you have made, but I think it's very... honest question.
I went back and played it in April. We launched in December, and I never touched it for 4 months.
Yeah.
Every time I talked about it, I would just use the trailer footage because I was completely fucking done with it.
Yeah,
But I will say, super nice to revisit it after the launch and everything, and I kind of came down from it, and then going back, I was like, you know what, like I fuck with this. This is really cool. But man, the moment it came out, the moment we hit ship on it, I was fucking completely checked out. I'm good. I don't even need to look at it again. I have 100 and fucking whatever many hours on Steam plus all the engine. I'm good. I don't even want to think.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's super hard to like your own game because you see all the mistakes. You have no surprise and stuff like this. So it's normal. Don't panic. Make your sister play the game or your father. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or your friends. But it's the most valuable source of information.
Yeah.
I think one advice also is like make what you want to make in a way that, because I had a friend come to me and asking advice, even though I'm not really like, I don't code. I did some little stuff in engine, but very, very, very light. But even then, I think because this advice applies to a lot of things, even for me in marketing and communication, is like, the guy went to me and asking, maybe I should focus on the gameplay. Everyone is telling me what matters the most is the gameplay and the look doesn't matter, etc. And I was like, if you are stuck on the gameplay and you don't know exactly what to do, you're starting to lose a bit motivation, start to do art, because this is what he wanted to do. And I said, if this is what you want to do right now, do it. It doesn't hurt to spend a little time on the art to make the game more enjoyable to code on,
Yeah.
Because maybe it helps you see the game better. Maybe it helps you find new features to add or features to remove or features to change, etc. So I would say, do the things you want to do in a way. Don't force yourself to do things you don't want to do.
Just get fun. I mean, don't do a project you don't like because it could work. Just get fun doing it. There is no point if you don't get fun doing it. You will not have the motivation to finish it.
Exactly.
So and doesn't care about the market, about the trend of the thing like this. I mean, there is plenty of game who is not following the market and be a huge success just because the guy put some love into it.
Yeah.
And if it's not good, just try another one. If you have the money, of course. But
of course. Of
course. But that's the idea. Like, just I think it's super important, and it's what people forget the most. The goal of a game is to be fun.
Yeah.
If the game is not fun, there is no game. It's dead, and that's all. Like, you need to get fun, and to make a fun game, you need to have fun doing it also.
Yeah,
I think
for sure. Awesome, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys' time. Let's wrap up there. Where do you want them to go? We can direct them with links down below. Wish list. Where do they go?
Yeah, wish list.
Yeah, wish list on Steam, Epic Game Store, and I would say join the Discord, because this is where we announce everything.
Perfect.
If
The playtest.
you have objective.
The news about the game. Yeah.
You have objective in wish list you need to fill. So that's why I think this.
There we go. All right, guys. If you guys want to check out Beautiful Light, you can do so using the links below. Go to their Discord, wishlist the game now. Check out the Steam page. If it's something you like, make sure you add it to the wish list. By the way, wish listing helps developers more than I think anybody really realizes. Start stacking those numbers and check out the game for yourself. We appreciate you guys' time. And Crash, we going back to the lobby?
Let's do it. Guys, welcome back to the lobby. Hope you enjoyed it. Why do I have to...
Guys!
Why do I have to start it with guys?
I love it.
I don't want to. Maybe next time I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to put notes up on my fridge.
Ladies!
Okay. No. Whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm going to put a note on my mirror that says, don't start a segment every time by saying guys. And it's going to be on my fridge, on my mirror. I'm going to put a sticky note on my phone. I don't want to do it, but it just comes out of me. I just say it. Anyway.
You heard it here first. Guys are coming out of Crash. You know what I mean?
Better than in. Okay, so let's go on with the segment here.
Yeah, brother, we are going to Rumble.
We are going to Rumble. Maybe we can get on their cool creator program and we can get paid in Trump coin. Anyway, let's talk about that thing. The thing I do want to talk about, that interview that really caught my ear, that I've been hearing in more places. He mentioned that one of the whole reasons for UE6 was to get away was to isn't I don't know, in response to the power of Roblox.
Yeah, they're shifting focus to like that metaverse,
Yeah.
content creator, like what is it, UEFN, like within the ecosystem of Epic and Unreal. Yeah.
To make it more accessible for like just user generated content.
Yeah.
And what I've been seeing and hearing is just a crazy trend with Roblox of how certain games on Steam will almost like copy some things that they've seen on Roblox and vice versa. Like a lot of the games, like Mecha Chameleon went like really big on Steam, and then people instantly built that in Roblox, and people can get that for like free to play. And just how it's like Roblox is becoming like a super powerful, all encompassing, you can build anything and people can play it. And it's just wild how they're taking inspiration from like games that people have worked a long time to get out, and then people can just copy them in Roblox and everybody can play them.
I remember reading an article a couple years back where there was a female YouTuber. She had like 1.5 million subscribers, and she pivoted and made a Roblox experience with her husband or boyfriend at the time. And they started making like $150,000 a month just in the microtransactions within that experience on Roblox. And it just completely like not torpedo, but like launched it was like a full circle. Like they started making content on the game they were making, so their channel started blowing up even more. And it was just like they created a whole ecosystem around Roblox that like, set them up for life.
It's crazy how like we're getting to this point, and I'm such a boomer like, where I'm just now hearing about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it blows my mind to think about all the stuff that's going on over there. Now you have like a massive game engine that's like trying to compete with them. And I remember that keynote Tim Sweeney talked about like a future where Roblox takes over everything. Yeah. And it's kind of guiding what they're doing to try to
see. And I hate it because every time I think of Roblox, I think of pedophiles. And like, I know we can't talk about that on YouTube, but like that's just in my brain, that's a kid platform. And for me, I'm a fucking functioning adult. I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
I can't like, belittle the power that platform actually has in the industry. It's insane.
Yeah. And it makes me wonder, like, is that going to be the future where, because, we just talked in this interview about how difficult it is to build what he's building from scratch, and they're not using generative AI, and they're coming up with all this stuff on their own. And it's been a long, arduous process when somebody can use like the GUI in Roblox and build something like it much easier and quicker because all the framework's already there. Is that where we're going to move to, where I wonder if eventually games is going to be like content? It's easy to make. It's super saturated. There's going to be an algorithm for the games to get to the top, and it's going to become another YouTube or TikTok or something.
I mean, dude, I feel like we're already almost there. You know what I mean? Like I would say in some aspects, I think you could make the comparison right now that it's there with Steam, and how in order to differentiate yourself, you need to have the wish list numbers right off rip before you even launch to be able to play the algorithm game and be shown in more places on Steam. Like that, of course that's happening.
And then you're going to have these marketplaces of Epic is going to have theirs built on Unreal, and Roblox has theirs built on, I don't know what Roblox is on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see games getting just as saturated as like videos.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. Anyways, it was a great interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please leave a 5-star review, leave a like on the video, and also leave a comment with your guys' thoughts on Beautiful Light, the extraction genre, the shooter genre, and everything in between. Or if you just want to leave a nice comment for us too in our purdy mugs, that would be great too. We appreciate it. Actually, a lot of comments on the last podcast were fucking fantastic.
Appreciate them a lot.
Yeah. We read them all, and we try to make the best show possible for you guys. That's what we do over here at the
Try really hard
Push Talk Podcast. 22 episodes down, another 22 to go, and then we're done, right? It's over.
Yeah, mini series is over.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it? Don't kick me out. Honestly, if we make it to 44 episodes, that's farther than I thought I'd make it before I got fired from this.
Hey, we're doing great, man.
I'll be pretty happy.
We're killing it. I'm glad to see you at home now too. Like that feels good. I know you still got a bunch of shit going on, but it's nice to see you with the green background.
Yeah, good. I got to put some stuff up there. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do yet.
Guns.
Still cook firearms?
Of course.
All right. I can do it.
Guys, this has been your Push Talk Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.
Please. Just came out of.
Please.
Is this allowed? It's fine.
Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Good.
As long as you keep stiffing it to people on Twitter, I'm fucking. You can do it, brother. You red carpet for you.